And hello, hello, welcome in, this is Magi. We're playing Journey to Incrementalia today, which is an active incremental auto-battler about a necromancer on a short quest. You cast spells, summon an army, and do a lot of things to break down 99 legendary walls and reach velocity of Incrementalia. And obviously, the pesky humans will try to stop you, so... hey, we'll give it our all, I guess. Pardon me, your grace. Bonesleeve the Wise, at your service. I see your grace has finally awoken. You are the chosen one who will lead us to Incrementalia, yes. I aided in your restoration using my feeble magic. Yes, and all I ask is a place at your side. Confusion after reincarnation is common, your grace. Allow me to reacquaint you. This is your mana orb. It's where you keep your mana. Mana is like fuel for spells. You can click or hold down on the orb to ponder it for extra mana. Holding down on the orb triggers mana amplification. Too many times and it cracks. These are your spells, your grace. They can do all sorts of magical things, hee-hoo. Summon spells, require souls, enchain a soul to your will using mana. So we're gonna amplify our mana. And there's a 16% chance to crack. But right now we're generating mana per second. And we've got 158, so we can enchain a soul. Let's do that a few times. Now summon a skeleton to attack the wall, just like me, but far less wise and loyal, your grace. Ha. Alrighty, we'll summon a skeleton. It's really happening. I mean, you're doing just splendidly, your grace. Keep boosting your mana and damage to break through all 99 walls. Incrementalia, here we come. Oh yeah, skill points. You get them from breaking down the walls. Good for upgrades. Ho ho. I think you've got the gist, your grace. I'll be here if you need me. Your ever faithful servant, Bonesleeve. We can reach enlightenment. Seek your place within the balance of all things. For that we need 100,000 mana though. Let's summon some more skeletons to break down the wall a bit quicker. And we can get focus. Focus gives us mana regeneration per cast of focus. I guess we'll just boost that then. Summon a few more skeletons. Gain more focus. Another soul, another skeleton. We broke down the first wall. The brick house, abandoned village perimeter wall, 2 out of 99. HP remaining is 1.9k. We've got skill points. We can buff our skeleton to increase their base damage. We can unlock Goblin Archer, which will shoot poison arrows that make the wall unwell. Poison per arrow. Can buff our focus spell. Let's do that. And then buff the poison as well. Get more archers. Let's buff our focus. We gained a skill point. Let's buff focus again. Buffer focus. 1,000 pardons, Your Grace. I've discovered a small side quest. Start the quest here. Go forth into the world and perform heroic feats of courage and daring do. You can earn items or souls from completing side quests. We'll just reduce the audio a little bit. A nearby town's unofficial mascot duck has gone missing. We can inquire or interrogate. Let's interrogate. Word around town is that the duck was headed towards the river. Let's investigate. Heading off towards the river immediately. On the river's edge, you see duck tracks that lead into the water. Enhance? Or intuition? Let's enhance. Enhancing the duck track images in the lab. Damn. We're high tech here. Okay, let's increase our skeleton's damage for now. You deduct that the duck has entered the water. Let's dive into the river. Executing a perfect swan dive into the river. Got more skill points. So let's go on and focus. Brixley, pride of the abandoned village. Now underwater, lack of oxygen quickly becomes an issue. We'll conjure more oxygen, I guess. Regeneration. This wall regenerates every 15 seconds. It will regenerate 1% of total HP. Deep underwater, the duck's trail is going cold. We can search or no. I guess we'll search, frantically flailing while searching nearby. Currently we're generating 70 mana per second. The duck has been sighted, dead ahead. Pursue or subdue? I want to subdue it. Incepting the idea of restful sleep into the duck's mind. The duck is finally in hand. The townsfolk asks, what shall become of it? Knighted or roasted? I wanted it to be knighted. Level 2 unlocked. We got Spear of Bone, buffs per Bone Spear, Invocation Spell. Skill points increase Bone Spear damage. Unlocks a Cultist Summon Spell. Cultists charge up mana for release when they die or are sacrificed. Additional skill points increase the Cultist mana charge rate. And Ponder the Mana Orb with greater intensity. Skill points increase mana per click. Let's reset our skill points. We got our souls back too. Note, you can hold to auto-click. Skill points increase mana generated per click. That should be good. Just get a lot of these goblins. Let's knight the duck. Arise, Sir Wade, the Uncooked. Hero of the town, huzzah. We get a mana rock. Smashing work on a duck, your grace. Really, really good. Try equipping your new item. Mana rock. An ancient and rare mana stone. It overflows with raw mana, waiting to be tapped. 50 mana regen per second. Really nice. Impressive work, your grace. Have you done this before? Ho ho. Let's increase these guys' poison. Perhaps enchain another 2 souls. Get some skill points. Maybe unlock the Bone Spear invocation. Does 45 damage. Oh, we can start another side quest too, though. Probably should do that. An unruly mob have gathered around the mayor's house. Demand or telepathy? Let's use telepathy. Browsing in nearby peasants' memories. Okay, mana cost increased through that, but it seems the mob are angry about the recent increase in taxes. Let's chant. Start an intimidating group chant. Let's increase that further. Looking rough, the mayor has come out to face the mob. Hiss or boo? Let's boo them. Booing the mayor into oblivion. Crumpling under the pressure, the mayor has turned bright red. Hackle? Seizing upon the mayor's weakness with a jeer. Now in a panic, the mayor is trying to escape. Jostle or pelt? Wait, pelt? Encouraging the mob to throw rotten fruit. Oh, I see, I see. It's not like skinning, it's a different thing altogether. Out of options, the mayor has surrendered unconditionally. Taxless. Demanding that all taxes be eliminated. Let's increase this again. Unsatisfied, the mob want you to voice one more demand. Petticoats or porridge? Petticoats. Negotiating for petticoats. The negotiations are complete. What of the mob? Make them disappear or disperse? Let's just disperse them. Harmlessly dispersing the mob with magical smoke. Phenomenal. Got some skill points. We'll use it on focus. Having more mana means we can throw out more bone spears. Temple wall. Crumbolian outskirts. The mob is dispersed and the day is won. Huzzah. We get 10 souls. Nothing like an angry mod. Alright, your grace? Lovely work. Haha. Ho. Alrighty. Meaning we can get some more goblins for more poison. This does 60 damage, costs 44 mana. But I think we should be good. We still have like 200 mana per second. But it doesn't do enough damage, I'm afraid. Let's get a skill point. Let's buff it. Now costs 52 mana. So we're actually running out for once. Mana Rock, Pondering, and Focus. Focus gives us a lot of mana. Unlocks Captain summon spell. Captains produce an aura of bravery, which increases the damage multiplier. Skill points increase damage multiplier per captain. Unlocks and buffs the soul contract augmentation spell. Soul contract allows the binding of a free market soul sourced from the soul exchange. Skill points reduce the casting cost of soul contract. And mana amplification. Holding down on your mana orb triggers mana amplification. Skill points increase the damage and mana multiplier bonus for each stack of mana amplification. Yeah, let's perhaps reset that. Let's go with captains for now. We'll start a side quest. This old scroll you found suggests one of these temples has treasure. Let's have breakfast. Deciding what would be most delicious. We'll do a captain and a bunch of skeletons. Have a bunch of soul contracts so that we get more souls. And there we go. Approaching the door, you notice it is locked by a mechanism. We can banter or analyze. Let's banter, cracking some jokes with the party members. Mana amplification. A trap suddenly triggers, launching a poison dart in your direction. We'll grab it, grabbing the dart out of mid-air. That was close. Now for the entrance door. Button or blood? Preparing a door, unlocking blood sacrifice. Let's focus again. The portal opens, revealing a long, dark staircase. Soul contract gives us 1 soul. It's good. Let's saturate it. Saturating yourself in mana, creating a glow. Sort of like in that Mushroom Girl racing game, where we turned into a glowy mushroom. Let's enchain another soul here and get another captain going. With a way lit, you forge deeper into the depths. Let's run. Sprinting headlong into the temple depths. What could possibly go wrong? Finally, the treasure can be seen on a conspicuous pedestal. Switch or take? Let's have a switch. Carefully switching the treasure with a weight-matched bag of sand. Let's have more focus. Click. Despite your efforts, a massive boulder rolls towards you. We'll jump to the side, allowing the boulder to roll past. Let's focus again. And chain another soul. If possible, I'd like to get more captains. Ah, damn. It's fine. It cracked, but it will recover soon enough. Although I guess just getting another skeleton is good enough. You have escaped the temple with the treasure intact. We got an gnarled staff. In and out like it was nothing, as expected of you, Grace. Teehee. Like an ordinary tree branch, yet bristling with offensive mana. Mana multiplier is plus 0.5. So 50% extra mana right there. Let's invest further into our focus for now. I'm not sure if the captains are all that great. So, if we unlock this, it is still bought. But then we can reset everything, and all should be good. Let's do this for now. We'll now start stacking more poison. And perhaps we'll work towards enlightenment. I mean, right now we're sitting at 10k. We'll need 100k. If we just use 10k though, we'll also gain more. Faster. And it cracked again. Which sucks. Mana multiplier is reduced for that time. I guess that's just what happens. When you get greedy. %, I think we can go beyond that. 48% is risky, but we'll do it. 64% now. Not great. Focus is generating about 75, 78, nearly 80% of our mana at the moment. Currently a total of 184 per second. Now 188 per second. Fantastic. I don't think this is worth it, actually. In fact, I don't even know if this is worth it. Let's get a bunch of these going. And also have a bunch of these up there. And then just invest into mana further. Luckily, we keep all these soul upgrades we've kept. How much mana are we generating? It's more than before because we've upgraded it so much. Like, we don't care too much about the multiplayer. We just want to have big mana. And now we lose the multiplier again, which is fine because again we'll get there soon enough. You know, we'll just increase the amount as we go, and I'll just have some tea in the meantime. And add more goblin archers, which will then add more poison again. And this over here is gonna give us increased damage and mana. Risk it. Ah, unlucky. But we're dealing 560 damage, roughly. Poison is reduced by 5 plus 5% of total poison each second. I see, I see. But we're still applying it over and over again, so that's good. I'm tempted to go more focus, but as it stands, we're reaching like 10k quite easily. So I think it'd be better to literally just save up for enlightenment. I'd imagine that that's gonna give us more mana regen. Roughly 1k per second. Let's increase that for now. Our mana multipliers increasing as well because of this. So now we're going over the 1k mark. Per second, that is. And now we lost it. It's fine. It happens. It's still gonna tick upwards for now. And here it comes, here it comes. Meditate. Increases mana generation from focus. So now we're sitting at 576 mana per second. We got an awakening at 500k. We'll get there soon enough. First we're gonna buff this up again. Now we're generating 1,000 per second with just the focus alone. And now we'll add on to that the mana multiplier. It doesn't increase it too much. It says 2 times here, but maybe it just doesn't get factored in there just yet. In the same way, at least. I saw this game a while ago, I believe on Wonderbot's channel. And I do like it a lot. Let's buff our skeletons. Just a little bit. It's gonna add... We've got 25 skeletons. Adding 1 damage to all of them is pretty great. So now we're sitting at 1,200 mana per second. Let's meditate some more. And get more goblins as well. Our orbs back to normal. And one of the bots pretty cool in what they're doing. Literally highlighting indies. Just like that, you know, just uploading consistently and everything. It's pretty amazing. I do recommend the stuff a lot. But they showcased it a while ago, and then I bought it, and then I just didn't play it until now, because my cough was doing a number on my throat and voice. Yeah, the soul contract is cheaper than the enchained soul. Let's do orb fixation as well, just to increase the amount of mana we generate this way. It's not a whole lot, but we do click quite quickly. Let's do this. Meditate. There's another skeleton. I'm gonna add more focus again. Another soul contract, another goblin. We're now sitting at 60 goblins. And we messed up again. But it's fine. Only taking a little bit of delay here. Our mana multiplier is reduced during that. We still gain a lot of mana in that time. So it's not like we're losing out on much, you know? The mana rock is doing 50 per second. It's not great, but it's also not bad or anything. Let's buff meditation again. Some more. In fact, let's reset our skills here. And just do it like so. And we'll go all in on the archers for now. Increase our damage using mana amplification. And I think we should be able to sustain bone spears now. It's 45 damage per spear. But I think we're gaining. We'll get a skill point in a moment, and then we can buff the spear again. So now they deal 60 damage, but cost 44 mana. We're still gaining mana. Despite spamming this. Bone Spear does about 432 damage per second. And this does 1.9k. You know, it's an active portion, essentially. Beat wall 12. This is wall 12 right here. Overgrown ramparts, failed jungle containment. Let's buff our spear again. Perhaps go with the soul contract again, just to add some more goblins. We can start a side quest. Reports are coming in of an ogre on a rampage. Let's go on the bench. Enhance and muscles. Oh, we'll just bench. Bench press. Gotcha, gotcha. New report. The ogre has been spotted in the hill region. Peer or use a telescope. Let's peer into the orb of seeing. True enough, it's on the rampage, smashing up a village. Use a card or teleport? Let's use teleport. It seems a bit quicker. The faster we get there, the more in-depth the ability, you know? Just a matter of stuff. The ogre is shocked by your appearance. Catchphrase time. Wisecrack or boast. Let's boast. Looks like you picked the wrong village today, bud. Your words have little effect. Ogre punch incoming. Let's parry. Redirecting the energy of the punch. Looks like you have an opening. You can discombobulate or distract. Let's just clap the ogre's ears. Discombobulate is also a word that I've never heard. It worked. What's the follow-up? The same again. Executing a brutal ear clap. Let's increase the damage. The beast has been truly defeated. What now? Discombobulated. Clapping the ogre's ears into oblivion. Oh my. Completely discombobulated, this ogre won't grab it a rampage again. Huzzah, we get 20 souls. Fantastic. Left, right, and good night, said our right-hand man. I didn't read the rest of the message, though. If I just add a bunch of skeletons as well. Like so. Does it make much of a difference? No, they're pretty bad, actually. I'll just add them all over here. Okay, soon, once we're done with this, we'll unlock Pyromancy. Unlocks and buffs a fireball in invocation spell. Fireball is a terrifying invocation that can be infused with copious amounts of mana. Skill points increase fireball damage relative to your mana total and increase the mana input cap. Damage conversion is 35% of mana consumed. Mana cap is 250,000. Mind Sphere. Create a sturdy sphere of mental energy that enhances mana collection. Skill points increase the constant mana multiplier. And Mage Guild. Unlocks the Mage. A summon spell. Mages gather up balls of mana from the other side and fling them to your mana orb. Additional skill points increase mana regeneration. Cursed Strawberry. The Chaos Hedge. So they just give us more mana? I think. Mana Rock. Out over there is our damage right now. Can meditate some more, I guess. Although I do wonder. Perhaps we'll reset this. We'll dump about 20 points into concentrate mana. And then we'll unlock one of you. No, wait. I need at least one of these. At least one skill point in these guys. We'll increase that. We'll unlock this. No, I think we need to definitely go for the concentrate mana. Go with that. Let's summon a bunch of mages here. That will all aid us in our mana regen. Yeah, they're definitely helping us, yeah. This should help us quite a lot, and then we can just fireball. The whole time. $46. Much mana? 5k. But this will deplete our mana, like always. No matter how much mana we have, but it also will deal that much damage, you know? Still, 600 damage is nothing to sneeze at. We'll put the rest into Goblin Archers, I guess. Just to add a consistent source of damage as well, that isn't reliant on our mana. Here we go. Poison is practically nothing. Can I right click to remove? No. Do this. Actually, I don't think this is a feasible strategy for us at the moment. It'd be much better to just dump this into... I don't know. That, for instance. I guess we could still have some mages. Upgrade focus. like so. And then just increase our mana multiplier that we have constantly. And then we'll just grab a lot of goblins. Now that I think about it, hold up. I know I'm changing a lot here, but if I do this, I can get a lot of mana. I can use the fireball either way, like it will always drain at, right now, 41% of the mana consumed. Which is fine, by me. And the mages will just add to our mana household, essentially. And the goblins will still add poison everywhere, you know, that's fine. And then I'll just fireball on top of that. Okay, let's increase our damage output for now. Using mana amplification. Like so. Still not dealing quite as much as they did before. We don't even get a skill point here. We'll only get 2 at the end. Right now, we're keeping up with the consumption, so we can just fire this endlessly. Like, the baseline is just always there. Getting some extra focus is pretty good here. Focus generating currently 8.4k mana. And we can have our awakening soon enough. I'm just adding another mage here. I don't think it does much. I guess we could also just do it this way. So now we're generating 8k with both of these. We can have our Awakening, which unlocks Heighten. Heighten your senses, increasing your minion's capacity for battle. Casting Heighten increases damage. Melee minion damage is increased by a bunch, I guess. Epiphany at 2.5 million unlocks Soul Fusion. Alright. What I'm getting from that is that perhaps we should go with Heighten and then some melee minions. Let's reset our skills for now. We're still going to buff focus to the maximum here. We've got 19 skill points. We will go with mages. We will have some captains. And then go for these. I'm gonna add some mages as a base foundation here. Just for the sake of mana regeneration. And then we'll add a baseline of skeletons. And skeletons currently are dealing a good amount of damage, but not enough. But now they deal 3k. We can get another captain in place. $4k. 4.5. Yeah. The piranha infested stream. Nipsley. $5.9k. If I get rid of a captain. And just add skeletons instead. I'm not sure if they're worth it. The captains. I guess we'll just have to enchain another soul here. And add a captain afterwards. Our damage is now at 5.9, 6k per second. And we're just slowly getting it. 6.2, 6.3. I should climb it up again as well. That should increase our damage a fair bit. $6k right there. I'm not 100% sold on the whole melee minion strat, I guess. But they should do 400% more damage now. Which shouldn't be neglectable. Like, it's a good chunk of damage coming in every now and then. Especially if we sack some mages and get more skeletons in place. And then heighten again. 6.4k right now. Mana regen is still good. You know, we're still sitting at 6.5k mana per second, roughly. Sometimes more, sometimes less. And if we buff our mana amplification again, the damage multiplier increased by 0.3. So now we're sitting at 2.9 damage multiplier. Meaning our damage is now at 8,000 per second. Which is pretty good. Let's meditate again. And now we could theoretically just increase these and increase these. Start a side quest. An ominous and mysterious tower appeared in a nearby field. Artillery or instigate. Let's go artillery. Lily, cover of bogs. We're firing mana artillery at the target. Physical attacks seem to have no effect. Let's speak to it, like in the Arrival. Speaking the tongue of magical structures. The faint outline of an entrance is visible on one side of the tower. Pull. Pulling on the surface with all your might. Unlucky. The magical surface will not yield, perhaps from beneath? Topple. Toppling the tower to expose the underside. What do we have? As expected, the underside is comprised of regular stone. Fireball. Clearing the stone with a well-placed fireball. I hope we get something that either helps us in damage or in mana. A piercing shriek can be heard. It's a mandrake alarm. Deactivate it. Deactivating the mandrake alarms by depositing magical soil. Get more focus again. This place must be a treasure hoard. Now to find or lose. Bees or knees? Bees. Using mana-infused bees to search for the treasure. Not for bees. But yeah, we're doing about 9k damage, roughly. Yeah, 9.3. You find the treasure box and identify the final death traps. Strike or defend? Let's strike. Uttering a word of power to transmute the security system to dust. Get the mana amplification up a little bit. Reward for boning wand. Did the tower belong to someone? Oh well. Stunning work, your grace. Thank you very much. Boonsley. This ornate wand is crafted from 27.5 types of exotic bone by an expert bonesmith. Bone spear level cap is increased by 5. So we now just have 5 points in there. Oh, that's pretty good. So now we can just deal some damage, I guess, for barely any mana. Do we want to save up for the Epiphany to get Soul Fusion unlocked? I wonder. Or should we just focus on meditation and more mana? Region. I mean, surely 4.7k mana per second is not the best we can do, right? Let's meditate some more for 500% on the focus, and then just upgrade focus a bunch more. Focus is generating 2.4k. Mages are as well. Ball 16. Prixley, unusually thorny hedge. That's the one. A Vault's antique security system have been activated. The security system kills your minions at a steady rate. This targets melee minions first, then ranged minions, then support minions. Kill rate is 10 minions per minute. Do we get them back? That's what I'm wondering. Do we get the souls back? Guess we'll have to come and see. But as it stands, we're also dealing 2k damage with this alone. Yeah, it seems that we're getting souls back of sorts. I think it'd be wise to get, in that case, we'll get mana focused up on. We'll then put some points into cultists. And more points into the bone sphere. And then we'll just summon a bunch of these. They'll charge up mana. And when they die, they'll bring it back. Mana charge per cultist. A hapless human that charges mana to be released on death. And I guess we can just add some skeletons as well. Like, they'll deal damage. It's fine. With that said, the bone spear doesn't seem too great. I mean, having +5 on Bone Spear for no extra skill points is pretty good, don't get me wrong. But I'm not sure if it's worth it to invest into the Bone Spear. So let's do this real quick. We went to 1 million because of that. Let's do this for now. Not really generating too much mana. Oh, we can wield 2 staves. Okay, that's great. Yeah, the mana rock did like, what, 20? Was it? Is it only 20? No, 50 mana per region per second. Okay, cool. We'll just do this then. And deal some damage. It's not gonna be too much. Actually, it's more than what the skeletons are doing. Now, we'll sacrifice the cultists. Then we'll summon all the cultists again. And we should have more than 1 million. Right? Yeah, so we can just invest our points into these guys. They'll charge 70 per second. And then we'll just buy more cultists. Get more mages in place as well, instead of these skellies. They're dealing some damage. It's whatever, you know. And then if I reset the skills, I don't end up with millions actually, because they stop existing. The cultists. Okay. Hold up. I think what we have to do is get that one. Get these maybe up to 10 and then these up to 10 as well. And that should be good. Plenty good. And instead of the boning wand, we'll run with the rock. The rock gives us at least 50 mana per second. It's better than nothing, you know? It's like one of these guys, basically. It's just an extra one. And I will summon a bunch of mages as well. An amplifier mana. Happens. The fireball definitely does a lot more damage. And we'll keep an eye out on the cultists. Cultists and mages. I guess we'll do it like this. We've got 103 cultists, 26 mages. Theoretically speaking, this should kill one every 6 seconds, right? Yeah, and we got the cultist back. How much mana did that one give us? I wonder. Okay, I don't know if that's working correctly or not. So what we'll do instead is very plain and simple. We'll invest a lot of points in these. And then just add a mana multiplier, period. Actually, no. Reset. I hate to be like that. We'll need this one. There we go. And then pyromancy. There we go. We'll get some skellies in place as well. They'll get prioritized after all. They'll deal also some damage. Not too much damage, you know, it's whatever, it's negligible. Especially in the grand scheme of things over here with our fireballs doing so much damage. Doing this, we should have increased damage multiplier. But we also gained a lot more mana. Arguably, we should try our best to instead maximize how much mana we get and then just blast them. Yeah, I guess just holding Fireball doesn't do much for us, does it? So we should meditate whenever we can. Get another mage here. Get more skellies. These generate 65 per second. Each. I mean, we're now sitting at a total of 18,000 30,000 total mana regen, especially because of the mana multiplier. Mana multiplier. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, let's focus. Nice amount of focus right there. So we should get 100k every 4 seconds, roughly. Meaning that it shouldn't take us too long to get to the next step over here with Epiphany. But also, if we do it like that, we just did so much more damage. That was 30,000 damage per second. We'll just let this run for a moment and see how much damage we can deal after a good while with one fireball, and then eventually we can try that again. Let's invest into meditate. I feel like with games like these, like incremental games that are not passive, not idle games themselves, but rather you actually play them to forward what you're doing and stuff, you know? It's so easy to get lost in them. As a compliment. But yeah. We'll just do that in a moment. After we invest into some more focus and replenish our soldiers, and then I'll see you momentarily. Alright, so that was essentially 10 minutes. We're sitting at 10 million points. Gonna launch it. It didn't do as much damage as I thought it would. Oh, but that's because it's capped. It only does 44% of the damage and 10% of our total mana. And now we get a skill point. And we'll just blast it. Auto summon on. Ooh. Minions and ability automatically summon are active. Okay, so we've unlocked level 5 here. Poison Dagger unlocks and buffs the Poison Dagger invocation spell. Applies the Poison modifier. Poison deals damage each second and wears off over time. Skill points increase poison amount and mana cost. Unlocks and buffs the Incineration incantation spell, which bathes the wall in conjured fire, increasing the damage multiplier. Skill points increase damage multiplier buff and mana cost. Only one incantation spell can be active at the same time. And then there's the Bone Royalty. Unlocks and buffs the Skeleton Noble summon spell. The Skeleton Noble's magnificent presence will automatically summon lesser skeletons to your cause. 5 skeletons per minute per noble. 7. Epiphany unlocks soul fusion. Did you know that several animal souls can be fused into one base soul? Neat. Alright, let's get more mages. And then just a bunch of skeletons. Soul fusion. Soul fusion now costs 100k. Enchained soul. It's cheaper still. So these each summon skeleton, each summon skeletons, but they use our souls. So if we sacrifice one, they will automatically summon a skeleton. So if we get rid of skeleton nobles, they will always summon skeletons. Okay. The skeletons themselves are dealing 1k per damage per while. And we can, with 12.5 million, we can unlock the augmentation spell. We can unlock Insight. We can use Insight to unlock Imbue. There we go. Understand the secrets of the natural world. Alright. I'm not sure if I am a fan of the Skeleton Noble, honestly. I like the idea of it, but let's just get one of them. But I don't think this wall does damage to our skeletons. Yeah. In fact, let's reset here. Get these maxed out. Get this maxed out. Okay, let's max this out. And get a bunch of these. And we essentially are sitting at 10k mana per second, which we can boost up to 11k, 12k. That's an invocation spell. Oh. Okay, so this over here increases the damage, but it doesn't deal damage itself, I guess. And this over here just adds poison. If I instead do... this. Just add a bunch of these now. And we can now put the wall on fire. I'm not sure if this works. Does this... Okay, the damage right now is 1.5k. So, if I activate that, it's too... Oh, it does work. Oh, it definitely does work. So again, deactivate it. 9k. 7k. 5k. 4k. 2k. Activate it. There's a lot more damage. I wonder if skeletons would be good, after all. Together with the firewall. Like at this rate, we're making good progress through a wall. Just, you know, in the grand scheme of things, 17k damage isn't all that much. Like, if we look at our stuff, perhaps we could put less points into the Mage Guild. Yes. Like so. That should be good. We'll add the goblins. We'll add mages. And fill the rest up with the goblins. In fact, we don't even need that much mana. Here we go, and then we'll just add some skeletons, I guess, as well. Skeletons are not dealing too much damage, but it still adds up over time, I guess. Actually, we can just get rid of those. Mana-wise, the mages are producing 1.8k, which isn't much at all. We then also add the bones to it. Just fill the rest with skeletons, I guess. A skill point. Let's increase these. So now we get a lot more mana. And if we now also add the multiplier to it, 50k damage per second. That seems pretty good. That seems definitely pretty good. 54k. Damage per second is currently 58k. Unlucky. So now we'll just increase the... Oh, we can add another side quest. You begin to wonder about the treasure of Incrementalia. Ruminate. Let's do one more quest. You decide to ask your trusty servant Bonesley. Search for him. Searching for Bonesley in the usual hiding places. The faithful minion is nowhere to be seen. Just ask for boars. Summoning skeleton-sniffing boars to find the lost skeleton. You find Bonesley staring into a well, mumbling softly. Interrogate. Questioning the skeleton directly. Well, hoo-hoo, the thing is, your grace. Bonesley begins to explain. Listen. Give him the skeleton your full attention. Oof. The treasure of Incrementalia is a mountain of gold and jewels. Ha ha. Continues his story. Continue. Look, he does enough for us. Surely we can spare some time to listen to his story. It stretches as far as the eye can see, enough for a kingdom, your grace. Well, saying well over and over. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. We could increase... And maybe you could just share a little with me, Bonesley, if it pleases your grace. Pitches a treasure sharing scheme. Accept. Graciously accept the loyal minion's request. Just put more into the multiplier over here. Cost 1,000 mana per... We got 30 souls. Oh, fantastic. Great call on the treasure sharing, your grace. You always know best. Bahahoo! Alright, alright. With the extra souls, we might as well summon a few skeletons here and there. I mean, they'll deal some... Base damage is 10.8 per second, but it gets multiplied by 8 times. So that's some damage, you know. They deal like 600. You know, it's whatever. So our damage right now is sitting at a good portion. Good 69,000 here and there. At its height, at least. $74. We get more skill points. We could increase this. But I think we might as well... Might as well increase our mages, I guess. Personally reminds me of Skeletor. At least the laugh is... It's kind of... you know? Aha, hoo-hoo, you know? It's what Skeletor would do. And I appreciate that. Skeletor is one of my favorite video game villains. Not video game, TV show villains. Ah, it shattered. I was trying to risk it. Like a biscuit. Imbue sounds pretty great though. 12 million. We're still gaining 7k mana per second, it appears, and it's climbing. In fact, we can get some goblins again. Just increase that. Have less skeletons, more goblins, should be fine. I wonder if it'd be worth it to go for the poison dagger instead of the bone spear here. Probably, right? Just adding on to the poison. This does add 6k damage, but this over here does 70. Let's just do this for a while. Still producing about 7.4k mana per second. Do soul fusion, get more mages in place. Got another skill point. We could put that perhaps into Spearman actually to increase the damage and thing. But as it stands, I think just adding into the Mind Sphere would be pretty good. This is a permanent mana multiplier. At this point in time, you know, we need mana more than anything, you know. We're dealing good damage, but it still takes a while to get through these walls with 18 million points of health. Can meditate some more. Eventually becomes less effective though. Like, you know, it doesn't do that much more, you know? Just adding more focus could be great though. $600k for more focus. Well, that's happened. That's bound to happen. It will recover soon enough. Here we go. And we can just gather a lot of mana. Again. Oh, damn. It just did that, didn't it? So this one's healing itself by 2% of total HP every 15 seconds. As long as it doesn't heal to full now, it practically does heal to full. We deal good damage though. Yeah, we're making good progress. Like, we're getting through this in no time. It just takes some time, you know? I say no time, but, you know, in reality, it's just some time indeed. That said, Incinerate being active helps a lot. You can get some focus as well, which is gonna increase how much mana we get. We're sitting at 10,000 per second. We'll lose 1,000 per second, to be fair, through Incinerate, but it shouldn't make too much of a difference. What we could do is reset, but then we would have to invest into all these goblins and mages again, which costs mana. That we should just stockpile before we do that, before we reinvest points. If I were to reinvest points, I would probably, instead of going for this here, or putting more points into the Mages Guild, I would just buff up the Incineration. Or grab the Skeleton Nobles or something, I don't know. Captain Skeleton Nobles. I'm not sure if there's a world where those are too good. Like, Poison seems to be just better. Especially since you reapply it and it does the damage. It's reduced by 5 plus 5% of total poison each second. Equal to the poison modifier. So they take damage equal to the poison modifier. So right now it's nearly 8,000 each second. But the damage multiplier multiplies it, so it's nearly 8,000 times 8, so it's about 64,000, sometimes a bit more, sometimes a bit less, depends on the poison amount, you know? A bit less than 64, technically, if it wasn't for also the 0.2, you know? I guess. Anyways, the poison is reduced by 5 each second, plus 5% of total poison. So that's why it has these fluctuations. The damage of the poison amount gets reduced, and then the damage gets reduced as a result. But then it, you know, every other second it will be reapplied a bunch. It doesn't stack, though, infinitely. It just stacks the amount that the goblins apply. The goblins apply currently 21 poison per arrow. And that's 150 times. Which is pretty good. If we get rid of some of these. Here we go. Just put some points into mages again while we're not using assaults. And I'm just holding down the button, by the way. This is pretty good. And right now we've got an increased multiplier, 9.1 times, and now it broke, so we lost the damage multiplier again. It's not too reduced, you know, it's still 8.2, it's pretty great. You can just add on to it though. Unless that's mana amplification. Maybe we have to unlock that actually. Let me check real quick. So, no, it does work. We can just increase the multiplier we gain, which would be pretty useful. Alright. We're still getting a good amount of, you know, mileage from our mages over here. You know, it doesn't. We don't lose mana. Basically, we still gain a bunch, but we're now dealing a lot more damage. Especially when we also increase it by this here multiplier. And then we can also increase it over here if we want to. Or just increase the damage multiplier over here constantly. Damn, there's a lot. Mana Prism. An ethereal structure that defies the laws of mana. Whenever you gain mana, the Mana Prism generates additional mana based on the number of support minions. Skill points increase the mana amount. Bone Tsunami. The combined weight of your skeletons is causing gravitational anomalies, causes periodic Bone Tsunami events that increase the damage modifier based on your number of skeletons. Skill points increase the damage multiplier buff. Your mastery of Arcana rivals the Lords of Heaven and Hell. Skill points raise the cap on skill levels 1 to 24. There's a lot in here, you know, greater mastery. I see, I see. Oh damn, we should probably call it here. I had a fantastic time. This was Magi. We played Journey to Incrementalia. Over here you can see a numbers guide, which is pretty useful. Repeat last spell, sack, or ponder. Interesting, interesting. If you want to check out the game for yourself, it's developed by Adam Travis. It's got a Discord server and everything. It's available on Steam. Costs not that much. It's a game that you can get for $5. Pretty interesting. There's lots and lots of skills that you can explore. Over 70 skills, spells, and abilities to uncover. You can reset at any time. There is an ending. You can get to know Bonesley, your faithful skeleton minion that has no hidden agenda. And yeah, it's pretty great. I like it a lot. Seems pretty fun so far. If you want to see more of it, go check it out on Steam. I'll have a link to it in the description. And yeah, if you want to see more on the channel, let me know. Leave a comment, leave a like, etc. This was Magi with Journey to Incrementalia. Pretty fun. Auto-Battler, I guess? Incremental Auto-Battler. Really like the graphics and the DOS-inspired dark synth music. Pretty nifty stuff. But yeah, I'll see you around. Until next time, bye-bye.